season, has revealed his Frisco Bowl 2024 picks for the Memphis Tigers versus West Virginia Mountaineers on Tuesday. The Memphis Tigers will look to close their season on a 4-game winning streak when they battle the West Virginia Mountaineers in the 2024 Frisco Bowl on Tuesday. Memphis is coming off a 34-24 win at Tulane on November 28, while West Virginia dropped a 52-15 decision at Texas Tech on November 30. The Tigers, 10-2, who tied with Navy for third place at 6-2 in the American Athletic Conference, won 10 games for just the sixth time in program history and secured back-to-back 10-win seasons for the first time ever. The Mountaineers, 6-6, who tied for 8th place with Kansas State in the Big 12, are making their 41st bowl appearance in school history. Kickoff is set for 9 p.m. Eastern Time at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. This will be the first ever meeting between the teams. The Tigers are 5-point favorites in the latest West Virginia versus Memphis odds from Sportsline Consensus, while the over/under for total points scored is 60. If you like the video, support us by subscribing. Before making any Memphis versus West Virginia picks, make sure you check out what Sportsline college football expert Eric Cohen has to say. A former Phoenix Sports radio host and TV analyst, Cohen joined Sportsline in 2022 and quickly became a fixture on the Early Edge, the popular daily betting show that airs at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Sportsline's YouTube page. Specializing in college sports, Cohen went 39-23 ATS, plus 13.65 units, in the 2023 college football season. Cohen has destroyed the sportsbooks in college football, posting a 67-44, 60%, record since Week 1 in 2024, returning more than $1,800 for $100 Despite bettors. Some roster fluctuation due to the transfer portal and injury, way up, the Tigers have been relatively left intact. Leading the offense will be senior quarterback Seth Hennigan, who has completed 291 of 451 passes, 64.5%, for 3,208 yards and 23 touchdowns with just 6 interceptions and a rating of 138.4. Hennigan is able to escape trouble with his legs, rushing 72 times for 129 yards and a score. He has thrown for 300 or more times 4 times, and just missed a fifth when he threw for 299 in a 53-18 win over UAB on November 16. Powering the ground game is senior running back Mario Anderson Jr. He has carried 219 times for 1,292 yards, 5.9 average, and 17 touchdowns. He has also been a weapon in the passing game, catching 46 passes for 290 yards, 6.3 average, and 2 touchdowns. If you like the video, support us by subscribing. He has surpassed 100 yards rushing in 8 of 12 games, including a 22-carry, 183-yard and 4-touchdown effort in a 52-44 win over North Texas on October 19. Why West Virginia can cover. The Mountaineers, led by interim head coach Chad Scott, will be without at least 11 players due to transfers or injuries, with the most notable being freshman linebacker Josiah Trotter, the team's second leading tackler, who has committed to Missouri. Senior quarterback Garrett Green will be under center, however, and he will have most of his weapons on offense available. Green led the offense as a dual threat, passing for 1,972 yards and 13 touchdowns, while rushing 126 times for 656 yards and 5 touchdowns. In the loss to Texas Tech, he completed 29 of 39 passes, 74.4%, for 265 yards and 1 touchdown with 2 interceptions. The West Virginia rushing attack is led by sophomore running back Jaheim White. In 12 games, he carried 142 times for 817 yards, 5.8 average, and 7 touchdowns. Against Texas Tech, he rushed 14 times for 124 yards, 8.9 yards, and 1 touchdown. He carried 19 times for 158 yards, 8.3 average, and 1 touchdown in a 38-14 win at Oklahoma State on October 5. So who wins Memphis versus West Virginia in Tuesday's Frisco Bowl, and what critical X factor makes one side of the spread hit hard. The bowl season continues Tuesday night with a single game on the lineup in the Lone Star State. Here's a quick look at the participating teams, one of which had a mostly enjoyable fall in 2024 while the other is now turning an eye toward the future with a nod to its past. The first-ranked team to take the field in the bowl season seeks a second win against Power Conference competition. The Tigers overcame an early setback against Navy to win 6 of their last 7, while the Mountaineers will be in the midst of a change in leadership following an uneven Big 12 campaign. Offensive coordinator Chad Scott will coach WVU in the bowl game following Neil Brown's dismissal. There will at least be a veteran hand at the controls in QB Garrett Green, though he'll want to forget his most recent outing quickly in which an interception and lost fumble helped Texas Tech on its way to a 52-15 romp. Another high-octane offense awaits. Memphis puts up over 35 points a game, led by the accomplished triumvirate of QB Seth Hennigan, RB Mario Anderson Jr. and WR Rock Taylor. This has all the makings of a mismatch. There's some optimism in Morgantown with the pending return of Rich Rodriguez, but fielding a competitive team here with all the portal departures will be difficult. This has all the makings of a mismatch. There's some optimism in Morgantown with the pending return of Rich Rodriguez, but fielding a competitive team here with all the portal departures will be difficult. Countdown to kickoff, Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. West Virginia is making its 41st bowl appearance in school history tonight when it faces Memphis in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl in Frisco, Texas. The game is being played at 20,500-seat Frisco Stadium. Tonight's contest is the earliest date the Mountaineers have ever played a bowl game, the prior being December 19, 1964, when WVU faced Utah in the Liberty Bowl in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It will also be the first ever meeting against Memphis, members of the American Athletic Conference. The 10-2 Tigers were preseason favorites to win the American and ended the year tied for third with Navy, 1 game behind Tulane and 2 games behind 19th-ranked Army. Memphis, ranked 25th in the final regular season Associated Press Top 25 poll, has wins over North Alabama, Troy, Florida State, Middle Tennessee State, South Florida, North Texas, Charlotte, Rice, Alabama Birmingham and Tulane, and losses to Navy and UTSA. Senior quarterback Seth Hennigan became the AAC's all-time passing leader with 13,984 yards. He's thrown for more than 3,000 yards each season he's played for the Tigers, including a 3,883-yard effort in 2023. That lines up favorably against a West Virginia pass defense that ranks 124th in the country, giving up 268.9 yards per game and 124th in pass efficiency defense with a 158.13 rating. Hennigan has thrown 102 career touchdown passes and needs just 3 to break Holton Ahlers' AAC record of 104. Hennigan's favorite target is Rock Taylor, a 6'3", 224-pound senior who shows 61 catches for 834 yards and 2 touchdowns. Demir Blancomsi, a Toledo transfer, has 412 catches for 557 yards and a team-best 5 touchdowns. Running back Mario Anderson Jr., a South Carolina transfer, is a dual threat who leads the team in rushing with 1,292 yards and 17 touchdowns, while ranking second in receptions with 46 for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns. He is averaging 133 all-purpose yards per game. The Tigers are 19th in scoring, averaging 35.2 points per game, 21st in total offense averaging 442.1 yards and 24th in passing offense averaging 268.5 yards per contest. Defensively, the Tigers have the 10th best run defense in the nation, allowing just 103.9 yards per game. Navy got 361 against Memphis and North Texas ran for 208, but everyone else has struggled to move the ball on the ground against the Tigers. Florida State managed just 37 yards rushing, one of 6 times Memphis held its opponent to less than 100 yards in a game. In its last 2 outings, the Tigers surrendered just 28 yards to UAB and 57 to Tulane, both Memphis victories. Middle linebacker Chandler Martin, an East Tennessee State transfer, leads the Memphis defense in several categories. The 6-foot, 230-pound junior shows 94 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 10 quarterback hurries, 7 sacks, 4 pass breakups, 4 fumble recoveries, a forced fumble and an interception. West Virginia, 6-6, lost its regular season finale at Texas Tech, 52-15, prompting a change in leadership when coach Neil Brown was relieved of his duties on Sunday, December 1st. Chad Scott has been appointed interim coach for the game while taking on Brown's play-calling responsibilities. "We will be simple with what we do," Scott said last Thursday before the team departed for Texas. "We're going to go down there with a good attitude and a simple game plan. Our guys are excited about playing in this bowl game." Interim defensive coordinator Jeff Kuntz has been in this role since the Cincinnati game after Jordan Leslie was let go in late October. Kuntz's defense has allowed 24 points in a win at Cincinnati, 49 in a loss to Baylor, 21 in a win against UCF and 52 most recently at Texas Tech. "Nobody wants to go out like that performance against Texas Tech," Kuntz said. "I can't speak for the players, but that has been a motivating factor for me, personally." The Mountaineers rank in the 100s in 11 different defensive categories and have struggled all season long stopping the passing game and coming up with turnovers. West Virginia will also be without its second leading tackler, Josiah Trotter, who has put his name into the transfer portal. Senior quarterback Garrett Green has completed 58.2% of his passes for 1,972 yards and 13 touchdowns, while running 126 times for 638 yards and 5 touchdowns. Green ranks 11th in school history in passing yards, 5,042, touchdowns, 34, and completions, 369, and is 19th in rushing yards, 2,041. He is 9th with 27 career rushing touchdowns. Only 2 WVU quarterbacks, Pat White, 4,480, and Major Harris, 2,161, have rushed for more yards than Green. Sophomore Jaheim White is the team's top rusher with 817 yards, including a season-high 158 against Oklahoma State. White has topped 100 yards in a game 3 times this year, Green once and C.J. Donaldson Jr. once. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe for daily updates.